Om Namah Panini Katyayana Patanjalibhyah Namo Gurubhyah. Welcome to the series Janamahi Bharatam. In today's short video, we are going to see the tradition of Paninian grammar. The study of any Indian knowledge system, be it Vyakarana or Jyotisha or Tarka or Veda itself, invariably it commences with the commemoration of the gurus who happened in the tradition. For Paninian grammar, we have a trio of sages by name Bhagavan Paninihi, Acharya Katyayanaha, Bhagavan Patanjali. The tradition thereafter, it flowed down to the generations till today and still it is continuing. Let us know the legendary personalities who happened or who shaped the tradition of Paninian grammar. Here on the screen we have a beautiful map of India which is colored in lush green, and there are marks, geolocations from where the legendary personalities of Paninian grammar came from. So let's begin with the 6th century great grammarian, that is none other than Panini. Of course, prior to Panini, there had been other grammarians of Sanskrita. Fortunately, their works are currently not available or they are not in use. Panini, who happened in 5th or 6th century before Common Era, that is 2600 years ago from now, he authored Ashtadhyayi. As name itself suggests, Ashtadhyayi is a compendium of 8 chapters. Panini hailed from a village by name Shalatura, and hence he is called as Shalaturiyaha. Currently this village is located between Afghanistan and Pakistan. This Ashtadhyayi of Panini, it comprises around 4000 aphorisms or sutrani. To be specific, 3959 sutra. Given below is the lakshana of sutra. That means the nature of sutra or how a sutra should appear. Alpakshara masandigdham saravad vishwato mukham astobha manavadyancha sutram sutravido viduhu. Sutra should be very terse, it should not employ many words in it, but still it should be conveying the meaning without any ambiguity. For this Lakshana, the best suitable example is none other than Paninian Sutra. This is a postal stamp, commemorative postal stamp released by the government of India in the year 2004 in the name of Panini. So the next Acharya, he hails from Punjab, that is Vararuchi or Katyayana Vararuchi. Sometimes he is referred to as just as Katyayana. He is the second Muni of Vyakarana tradition, and his place is of course uncertain, but many of the scholars opine that he came from Punjab, today's Punjab, and time is 3rd century or 4th century before Common Era. His place is uncertain and there is no common acceptance regarding his place and time among scholars. His contribution to the tradition of Paninian grammar is Vartika. I mean the addendums to the Paninian aphorisms. What he felt that addition should be made to the Paninian sutras, and he composed certain sentences or vakyani, and those are called as Vartikani. And then the 3rd Acharya is famous Maharshi Patanjali. He is regarded as the incarnation of Adishesha. His time would be 2nd century before Common Era or 1st century Common Era. There is a sentence in his compendium, that is Mahabhashya, or the great commentary on Paninian grammar. The sentence is Pushyamitram Yajayamahe. This Pushyamitra Shunga's time, he is the descendant of Shunga dynasty, and his time is 2nd century BCE. So, if Patanjali Maharshi is saying that Pushyamitram Yajayamahe, Patanjali Maharshi must have been lived during the time of Pushyamitra. Then the time of Patanjali can be decided as 2nd century BCE. Mahabhashya is the finest and extensive commentary on Ashtadhyayi. The place of Patanjali Maharshi is claimed by himself in his Mahabhashya as Gonarda. He at places says Gonardiyastvaha. He calls himself as Gonardiyaha, the person who hailed from Gonarda. And his contribution of Patanjali Maharshi is not confined only to the field of Vyakarana. There is a famous shloka which narrates the contribution of Patanjali Maharshi as follows. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopakarottam pravaram muninam Patanjalim pranjali ranadosmi. Here one can see his contribution is in the field of linguistics, is in the field of Yoga Shastra, is in the field of Vaidyaka or the field of medicine. Government of India in the year 2009 released a postal stamp, a commemorative postal stamp in the name of Patanjali also. So these are the three acharyas who are considered to be Munitraya in the tradition of Paninian grammar. The next great personality is from Ujjain. His name is Bhartrhari. Ujjain is currently located in Madhya Pradesh, India. His time would be 6th century or 5th century Common Era. Notice that there is a huge gap between the Acharya Traya and Bhartrhari. Bhartrhari composed Vakyapadeyam, wherein he discussed largely about the semantics of Paninian grammar or Samskrita language in larger scale. He spoke of Sphota Siddhanta, for which there is the traditional sanction also, but in detail we can see the argument of Sphota in the work of Bhartrhari, that is Vakyapadeyam. Apart from Vakyapadeyam, which is also regarded as Trikandi, there are some other works done by Bhartrhari. Shatakatraya is one of the famous works of Bhartrhari. And then the tradition moves to the 7th century Common Era. Vamana Jayaditya, these are two people, they belong to 7th century Common Era, and their contribution is Kashikavatti. This Kashikavatti is written in Kashi, hence stood the name Kashika according to a few scholars. It is very descriptive in nature. It explains the meaning of sutra and then it gives the examples for that particular sutra of Paninian Ashtadhyayi. Here the sequence of sutra is according to the original work of Ashtadhyayi. He did not make any changes in the sequence. Vrittikara perhaps found the base to all the next authors to extract the meaning of each sutra. Had there been no Vrittikara, perhaps it would have been very difficult for the upcoming people to find the exact meaning of sutra. So next person is from Nalanda. His name is Dharmakirti. He composed Rupavatara. Lived in Nalanda, Bihar. Currently it is located in the state of Bihar, and his time would be 6th century to 7th century Common Era. He, for the first time perhaps, rearranged or shuffled the Paninian Sutras according to the Prakaranas. Let us say if it is Sandhi Prakarana, all the sutras which are dealing with Sandhi, he wrote under one single title. Or if he is explaining about derivation of Ramashabda, he would quote all the sutras which are employed in the derivation of Paninian, with derivation of Ramashabda. Here is a beautiful picture of Nalanda, the ruins of Nalanda, which has been destroyed by the invaders in 12th century. Next Acharya is Kayyada. He hailed from Kashmir, lived during 11th century Common Era. He is a resident of Kashmir, as I mentioned earlier, and he wrote very elegant, beautiful commentary on Mahabhashyam, that is known as Mahabhashya Pradipa, that is the title, but largely in the scholarly world it is regarded as Pradipa, or the literally it is regarded as the light to the corners of Mahabhashya. Many commentaries were written on this Mahabhashya Pradipa in later times. So Kayyada is regarded as the Bhashyakar Hridayavekta, one who knows the mind or the heart of Patanjali. Then we would go to the somewhat down south region of Bharat. Ramachandracharya, he composed Prakriya Kaumudi. Here Paninian Sutras are rearranged according to Prakaranas as Dharmakirti did, and his time would be 14th century Common Era, and his place is Andhra Pradesh. You notice the name Prakriya Kaumudi. In the same tradition we have later Siddhanta Kaumudi of Bhattoji Dikshita. Bhattoji Dikshita is highly regarded Sanskrit scholar, Vyakarana scholar in the down south. His time would be 16th century Common Era. He came from Maharashtra, but there are certain works which claim that Bhattoji Dikshita belongs to Andhra family. Following the model of Prakriya Kaumudi, he explains all the sutras of Panini regardless of their importance, unlike Ramachandracharya, who omits some of the sutras in his work. Dikshita's contribution to the South Indian study of Paninian grammar is immeasurable. Even today, in the down south, if someone says that I am studying Paninian grammar, he is also telling that I am studying Siddhanta Kaumudi of Bhattoji Dikshita. And in the tradition, later came the disciple of Bhattoji Dikshita by name Kaunda Bhatta. He belongs to the state of Andhra, today's Andhra, and his time would be 17th century Common Era, somewhere around 300 or 350 years ago from now. And his major work is Vaiyakarana Bhushana Sara, which largely deals with the semantics of Paninian grammar. And then in 18th century, we have a legendary personality who is from Maharashtra again. His name is Nagesha Bhatta. In the tradition, Nagesha's name cannot be simply omitted. Though he is Navya Vaiyakarana, but his contribution to Paninian grammar that is immeasurable. So his time is 18th century, and he wrote commentary on commentary of Mahabhashya. The commentary was written by Kayyata, that is Mahabhashya Pradipaha, on which Nagesha wrote the commentary, that is Udyota. And Siddhanta Kaumudi, he wrote commentary on Siddhanta Kaumudi, and then he wrote Paribhashendra Shekhara and Manjusha Granthas. He is a very well-known scholar. The tradition did not discontinue at this point. It continued, and it is continuing till date.